Hey everyone, Chomsky here. Just wanted to go over uh, kind of a really a video just talking about how to do things. Uh, you know, it may seem kind of basic and run of the mill, but essentially, some of these events are relatively easy. Um, I talk about events and I go to tournaments. Specifically, the champ training event. Uh, I I got done with this relatively quickly, and I just want to go over it really quick because this is obtainable as long as you put forth a lot of forecasting and thinking ahead. Like we had, geez, what was it? CVC last week, and that was a non-PR CVC, and you get energy from it. And I'm really fortunate that I was able just to stockpile that energy, and I used roughly about 1,600 energy just working on some champs to go through. So here I have seven um, energy, so I'm not going to really do too much here. But going through Nightmare, um, really just getting your campaign farmer ready and having those champs at the go. So I had that 1600 energy going, and I really just brought some 4 and 5 stars with me and really hauled ass on it. So I basically made some fours into fives, and then brought some fives into sixes, and that was really it. But it's kind of easy to do. As we see here, I did use some potions uh, from my prism shards that I pulled some champs on, and I made them into 21. In all reality, every champ here like should be um, not not at base level. They should have something in them. So when we are ranking up champs, like geez, da, 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 like like if I was to take an Infernal Baroness up, let's do that up. Let's up the rank here. And I am not looking for ones to toss that into, or even any turkeys or chickens. I want um, champs that have some levels in them because they're no longer useful for the most part. Like here, this one and Justicar, they're still useful because they're fusible champs, and I will fuse them into on a summon rush. I will use those. So again, I am not looking for one levels. I'm using like the 20s or 30s. Like I will take this one. Um, that's not shaman. That's another orc or whatever. Um, I'll rank up. I'll rank up Baroness with these, and that'll be fine. Like they've basically gone over their use for me, and really these are just food. I outside of this one, like I'm not really using any of those epics, and there's very niche capabilities here. So that's fine. And even Infernal Baroness, she's not really that useful. Um, her her goal in my team, in my account here, is just to rank up. So while while these events are on cooldown, essentially, what I am doing, I am trying to make sure that I have as many fusible champs out there within reason, right? That's useful. So like here, I'm going to be ready to go, and I could make them rank fours. Like here's a good amount here, and that'll help with champ training in the future. Because I'm gonna rank them up, and that's some additional points. And then since they're rank four, I could also get some more champ training points by bringing them up to like level 20 or whatever. I think that's like 120 energy all told. So there's some buku points right there, and those are only level fours. So that's obtainable. Like we get a boatload of mystery shards. We don't necessarily need to lean into ancients or voids or sacreds or primals. It does fast forward it, but you could easily crank out, um, 1 stars into two, into three, into four within a week or two. Like all you need really is Guardian Ring, as well as doing your quests with those in mind, right? Like we have to beat a campaign boss 3 times, so I am gonna bring in one of my campaign farmers, and then just have some basics here. So I'll have another Neldor here, and even though it's not a lot of points, like this is the mentality to have. You have one really solid campaign farmer at whatever difficulty, just basically soloing as much as you can, and then you have food with them. Ideally, you're gonna double dip into the the tournaments like this one, the Ice Golem tournament. I don't have an ice farming team, so I'm not doing anything here. Albeit a 1 star basalt, like we could do a lot better. So I'm not really focusing in on that. And 750, that's fine. But you want to double dip as much as you can, just because like you're already doing it. There's tournaments. There's more trinkets there. So that's rad. So make sure you have a guardian ring at the levels that you feel comfortable with, and just make sure you're actually bumping up champs that make sense. Like here, I have a boatload of royal guards just because they're all going to be the same level, so I don't need to. I get annoyed with those red dots, so this way they're all there, and I can just boop 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 boop, boop and get those points. It's only 3 points, I think, but still, that's 15 points. That adds up. So I'll crank them up to like maybe like 20, 23 in the Guardian Ring, and then I may top them off with potions. We get a lot of potions, when we talk about Curse City, which I need to do my keys. There's some potions there. We get them from Clan Boss, we get them from Doom Tower. Like, just, just hang on to them, really. I have 5 more keys I need to do Dark Fae. But yeah, just hang on to them. There's no point really outside of personal rewards, CVC, to be ranking up your champs. Save that for CVC or when events slash tournaments are happening. Just like the same thing with shards. Don't be pulling them. Like it's not a good idea to be pulling them randomly. You want to use them when it's effective, when it makes sense for your account. We have a 2 times sacred shard chance. Okay, cool. That's 12%, right? If you need like if you need to finish off your summoning rush tournament, awesome. Go for it. Or champ chase. Apologies. Like if you're going for this the forge pass stuff, awesome. Love it. But it's not necessarily the most ideal because that is a lot of currency. That's a lot of points that you could use for the next fusion or anything like that. So I want to be pulling this weekend, especially if you need an Orgrin tribe bomber. That's going to really help with faction wars. But do your own thing. Same could be said with like soul stones here. Like I've just been stockpiling. Hydra Clash really gave out a lot. I get roughly about like 18, uh, 18 soul stones, uh, give or take, a week. Like that's pretty solid, man. Um, just just keep on doing it. That's it. And then save them. Like I went nuts during the previous one because I was really wanting some soul stones and I really just wanted to pull. So he did. Uh, but not ideal. Hang on to your stuff. Really, just hang on to your shit. Make sure it counts for you. Always double dip. Like here we have gear enhancement. Like I I wanted to get the 6 star chaos ore and not it's not something I'm using all the time, but it's something that I've been doing a lot more of reworking some cruddy gear. So I wanted to get it. But ultimately, I'm trying to drive home the point. Always double dip, always triple dip. Save your stuff. Work on champs ahead of time. Um, I talk about the fusion stuff. Like, this is easy points for, like that champ chase event. You know, it's easy to crank these up and get them to 40. So this way you're not wasting potions on getting them going. But having them ready to go, being ready to be pulled is a great thing to do when you don't have anything to do. I think this fundamentally makes your account that much stronger, especially during PRCVC. Every clan has their own levels and minimums and stuff like that. But when it comes down to events like the champ chase here, that those count. Like, it may not be that many points, but it does save you from pulling any type of shards. So here, an epic void is 350. And if we go back, an epic void, like here, I have the potential to pull, let's just go with 6, right? Yeah, 6. So just to make them ready and stuff like that, like I should be, bringing Harris into a few of my campaign farmings and go on from there. Um, actually, yeah, that's a rare one, so it's not 350, but um, Broadmar is an epic void, so the same mentality exists. Like here, I have a few ready to go, and really that's genuinely it. That's what makes champ chase and summoning rushes that much easier, is making sure to save your champs that you do get during campaign farming or shard pulling, and getting them ready during the week. Like, it's really 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 simple. um the thing that sucks is that it's silver management, because to fuse a broadmaw it takes 1,000,000 silver, so that sucks. But at the end of the day, that saves you from opening up your wallet and swiping to buy shards. So doing that is pretty essential. Going back to gear enhancement, one of the easiest ways to get this going is during the week where you have those quests where you have to raise up the levels and stuff. Crank out the jams on um, and let's, like, I have these boots that I need to get up to 16, right? So I'm going to crank these up to 15, wait until an artifact enhancement kicks in, and then once that's active, then I'm going to bring this to 16, and that's a shit ton of points. So it's getting ready ahead of time and making that work. Like, I, these are okay, but the point is, like, this is now another currency. Like, I have 2 boots here that I could easily crank up to 16 during the next artifact enhancement or during CVC for those points. And that's, I mean, it may take 1,000,000, it may take 2,000,000, whatever, but it's definitely easier. So I'm definitely prepping for that. Um, in addition, when we look at Forge, Forge is a huge resource that maybe not a lot of people are taking. We can only have 10,000 um, as our cap here. And this is coming from Arena and all that fun stuff. But really, you're wasting resources if you're basically over cap. So it's okay to go under it if you're really active and stuff like that, because we're going to get some silver out of this, and really, I don't need perception. So a lot of this is going to get sold, but I'm doing resource management here, and I'm making sure that I am not wasting potential. So I want to make sure that I can get 500 more of this bloodstone, and I get it from faction wars. Same thing with resilience. I want to make sure that I am not not capped, and I'm using them because it is a source of silver. And during CVC, I basically take this down to nil because I, yeah, I don't necessarily need it, and it's good points. Alternatively, you could just save it for lethal, which, you know, Dark Phase on and Doom Tower in this rotation. So I'm saving as much lethal potential that I could potentially get because lethal is so important. So I am really only using that forge when it comes down to Doom Tower equipment when it's during CVC. For perception and resilience, like we just saw there, I was capped, and that was a big mistake on my part. So I'm going to point the thumb on that one and not the finger. But I really just want to stick this as, you know, maybe another. I'll do another 50 here because we know that arena tournament is going to be happening this weekend, like it is every weekend. So I'm gonna be doing that. So I'll replenish, and really that's the name of the game. We want to make sure we can replenish things and not necessarily go over. Um, so utilizing your forge is pretty big for CVC. Making sure that you do have champs that you can fuse for summon rushes or champ chases is super huge. So that goes hand in hand with campaign farming. And when we go into campaign, like there's a few champs that come out, like Rockhound here or Rocktooth, that we could get. So if you're noticing in your fusibles that you need some, like Harris here, um, yeah, just do those campaign bosses here with food, and you could potentially get an Eris. And this way, that's really like a nice a nice potential double dip, you know. And same thing with you know, level 12 and stuff like that with Diabolist. So really, we just want to just, you know, pay attention to those quests, see what you could add in there as a double dip, triple dip opportunity, and take things from there. It makes things a lot easier. Uh, really, really badass to finish. Like I did not anticipate finishing champ training on day one. Really, just using that 1600 energy and then really just ranking up um, some champs, and that was pretty simple. So hopefully that helps. Really, it's just a reminder. Like, you know, like we're inundated with a lot of stuff here, but you know, once you could focus in on one thing and unravel that thread, everything becomes just that much easier. Yeah, hope that helps. Um, yeah, let me know what else you'd like me to focus in on. Take care.